It's your boy, Please Rewind, aka Please Be Out of Here, aka Theodore the Explorer, aka Monsieur Dumont, aka Senor del Mundo. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, oh man, been wanting to do this video for a while, man. Just basically want to update on my current situation, where my mind is at right now, where I am mentally, or not only physically but mentally, emotionally. Yeah, so I just want to do a quick update, especially for the YouTube channel. I definitely want to start getting on a consistent basis with that. I have a lot of content to release, like especially over the past just year alone, from December to December, like including my first trip to Africa, being, going to Sierra Leone, to the village where Pops is from, and grandfather's from, stuff like that. It's just on to continent number 4, 5, and 6, Australia, South America, through Asia. Everything seems like it's been happening so fast, way sooner than I thought. Like originally I wanted to plan these trips out like a year at a time, to the time I turned 25. Only because I was thinking that I wanted to spend more time in these places, like 2 months each type deal. And I don't know, it just like me, after I returned from Sierra Leone, I made a decision that I was gonna go to France, and I was going to get a job being an au pair, study French, and just really start learning another language, and living in Paris. Or didn't really necessarily have to be in Paris, because at a certain point I was just like, I really just want to learn French, and it doesn't have to be like in Paris. Like there's other parts of France, obviously. It's a huge country, and yeah, so it became not so much about Paris at a certain point when I was there, doing interviews with different families and things like that. I was really just trying to find my place in that situation, but it ended up not turning out like how I thought I did, where I didn't find the ideal situation. So I just didn't want to settle on so I kind of came to a realization after about going on the 3rd week that maybe I'm just not ready to commit to a schedule like that at the same time. And there's just other things that I was wanting to do, other places that I was wanting to see and stuff like that, obviously. Yeah, so after about a month, I just decided to go, to London for the first time to visit some family that I had met in Sierra Leone. Well, half of the family that I met in Sierra Leone, that ended up going out there and meeting some cousins and stuff like that, spending some time there, getting to see the city a little bit, and even outside of London, and seeing, just Basildon, going out and, seeing the outskirts of the city a little bit was nice also. But yeah, going on from there, coming back to America, just seeing my nephews and stuff like that was really, and my niece, was really good. Like, it seemed like they had grown in the past. Like, had left in November and came back in February, so that's 3 months I was gone. So it seemed like so much had happened in between that time, and yeah, so on from there, I was by the end of March, I came back like the week of Valentine's Day. So like by the end of March, I was already back out, going through Asia, going from starting in Hong Kong on to South Korea, Tokyo, then Australia, and then came back here at like the end of April. So I was gone for about a solid month. Yeah, like March 23rd, came back like April 20something. Yeah, like a solid month I was gone. About a week in each place. Well, I was in South Korea, Seoul, for like a day and a half. But yeah, man, it was an experience. A lot of content shot, especially in Tokyo, getting a chance to like meet, some solid supporters that have been following me for like the past year. it was dope, man. Like the language barrier, you know, was live and full effect. But I didn't let that stop me from communicating people that have been supporting me, like for the past, year going on 2 years now. And yeah, shout out to Tokyo. You know what I'm saying? I definitely gotta be back soon. I was planning to go back this most recent trip, but that didn't work out. Like it just, the way my mind is moving, my I'm not keeping up. My finances aren't keeping up with the way that my mind is working. So like I'm just like book. Every time I see like a flight, I get the alert. Just book it. Just like, I'd rather not talk about it. Just book that shit. You feel me? But anyway, it didn't really work out. So definitely planning, hopefully next summer during the Olympics. I would love to do a pop up. Like that would be crazy during the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. That would be crazy. I'm already talking about it with a few people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Deep River. You know what I mean? Mike, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Working. Young Tokyo, Young Vision, you feel me? Shout out to them. But anyway, man, yeah, Tokyo was just like, it was amazing. Like I felt like Lupe out there, just listening, going back and like listening to Paris, Tokyo, and even other songs where he's just, just rhyming about like them, not even just the language, like him rapping about the language barrier and it not, not really even mattering, like the language barrier not even really mattering. It's just the fact that they're moving to the beat, they're feeling the flow and just, just really, very supportive out there, just the culture and everything we got going out here as far as the art. Like I love it, big fan of that. So that album really resonated with me. The Cool, yeah, top 5 rap albums. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. But yeah, man, so just work through the summer back here in America. Just work through the summer, then ran across some more cheap flights, just like ran across a cheap flight to Colombia, to Medellin. And I knew a friend that lives in Toronto now that shout out to Laura, actually. She introduced me to Mog, a DJ out there. Showed me a very good time around Geddes Park. Can't remember the name of the club I went to on my last night there, but yeah, got a chance to see him DJ. Beautiful open rooftop club, playing a lot of tech house, techno music. Like it was a cool vibe, man. Just seeing the city, the hills, like Medellin is a beautiful city, and it's like people got it. You just gotta go. Like shout out to my man Mog, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Yeah, so shout out to Laura for that plug, for introducing me. Like he definitely showed me a good time, for sure. Shout out to them. Yeah, so seen the cheap flight to Colombia, and then at the same time I'm like, definitely gotta go to Brazil, gotta check out Rio. Passport Heavy style, you know what I'm saying? Did a few things that Passport Heavy recommended. Shout out to Jabril Goro, you know what I mean? Got my hair cut at Swag Barberia while I was in Medellin. Then did a few things in Rio that they recommended. And then at the same time too, I was like, man, like I really want to check out Uruguay, because I heard weed was legal there. And as I'm researching things about Uruguay as far as the weed tourism and things like that, I didn't really see too many things other than people that were like from Argentina and like 1 or 2 Vice documentaries. Like other than that, there was like a few news things here and there, but nothing that was really spoke to like a millennial, like like whether this could be like New Amsterdam or anything like that. I found like no sorts of that, like that type of vibe. And when I went, that's the kind of vibe that I got. Although it is a little funny as far as the rules on how it is buying, buying your weed and how you can receive it and different things like that. I'm gonna go into that in another video when I release this content. Got a lot. I went to a weed museum that was not only a museum but a cafe, a botanical garden, and it was a cafe bar / bar. So that's 2 things. Yeah, you say that's 2 things. Yeah, museum, botanical garden, cafe, bar, and like a lounge area. Like the rooftop was crazy. Beautiful garden. But yeah, man, just seeing things like that, you gotta. That's just some things I didn't see on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I could be the face of that. You know what I mean? I want to do a weed retreat. You know what I'm saying? One day, like that's gonna be something I definitely want to be an advocate of. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm like I'm not a stoner, but I'm definitely an enthusiast. A little bit of a connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? Cannabis connoisseur. But you know, or I don't know. I love it and I support it, and I think we're gonna get into that in another video when I do that video. But anyway, you know, moving forward, I went to Rio, and then from Rio on to London to pick up my suitcase that I left when I was returning from home back in February when I was visiting that family the first time. So I returned to London from Rio to London, straight flight, Norwegian Airlines. You feel me? And then so London for a few days, caught up with the family, stuff like that, and then I went on to Sweden, which I haven't been in 2 years. Shit, that was wow. That was I get, that's a separate video for sure. That's a separate video. Definitely got a lot of vlogs or stuff for that, but caught up with some familiar faces. Shout out to Wanakai, shout out Leandro, the Poncho God, you feel me? Wanakai, the DJ, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amanda for coming out to the show that was brought to you by DJ Wanakai. Very impromptu performance. That was fun. Like first time really performing live with my, you know, original content. I don't know, like once you're up there, it's like fuck it, you know, we up here. But it was very well received, you know, like even though they speak a lot of good English in Sweden, so language barrier wasn't really a thing. So they were rocking with it, they were feeling it, you know what I mean? Like I got a lot of people afterwards that were like, hey, you know, I really enjoyed it. Some people, one guy was from Latvia, I think. Even bought me a drink. Was, I don't know, it was like real, like, yeah, I love your vibe, dude. Like, you got the swag, you know, all that stuff. So that was dope. Yeah, so shout out to Wanakai. Who else? Who did I get a chance to see? I don't know, there was a lot of people I didn't get a chance to see that I met on my first time. Cause my Instagram did, so so my Instagram getting deleted, I had no idea what was up with that. It got deleted while I was having breakfast in Rio. Like I'm sitting here on my phone, like it's like on my lap, I think it was at the time, and I'm sitting here having breakfast, I'm meeting people at the hostel, stuff like that, and it just logs me out. And then so I try to log back in, it says, oh, your account has been deleted or terminated, whatever, for violating terms. So it didn't give me any real reasons. And mind you, I had no email connected to my personal account. Or no, I had my old Yahoo email, which I don't even, like, I made when I was like 12, 13. So definitely wasn't getting inside of that account. So fast forward a month later, I finally got it back. So that was another reason too for a lot of people that I didn't get to connect with. So I was basically just going off of like the Instagrams I remembered, you know what I mean, and then just going searching through the friends who I remembered and reaching out to other people who were just, you know, scheduling conflicts or whatever, just weren't able to make it, weren't able to cross paths with. Yeah, outside of that, I had a good time. Like, I was out there for like a solid 2 weeks. Like, I had a good time refamiliarizing myself with the city and everything. Definitely has a special place in my heart. Like, one of my favorite places that I just have a personal connection to and things like that, which I'll get deeper into in another video and everything. And then yeah, so then on to Lithuania was the last place, the last city on the on this tour, part 3, I guess, of the year. Part 2, yeah, part 2, World Tour part 2 of 2019. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, so I went to Lithuania for like a weekend, basically from a Friday to Tuesday. I had a good time. Went there completely solo. Met a few people, a few girls through Tinder, or one girl through Tinder that I had, or two girls through Tinder that I had, lunch with and coffee with. Showed me around a little bit, which I'm going to get into another video too, how to use the proper way to use Tinder while traveling. You know what I mean? How to be safe, and just how to really be straightforward with, hey, I'm new here, can you show me around, and different things like that, because there's a lot of creeps and crooks and shit like that out there. So I'm gonna show you how to do it proper, you know what I'm saying, please rewind style. But what else was I about to say? Yeah, I mean, other than that, I went out with some people from my hostel to a few bars and clubs and got a few recommendations, from the local people working there, and I had a good time. I went to this nightclub called Cocaine Nightclub, and they were playing a lot of pop, dance music, a lot of old hip hop, R&B, like 2000s, like Yeah by Usher and shit like that, old Beyonce stuff. And I don't know, it's crazy seeing music like that being played in the country, like I mean, really just anywhere, because like they turn up to the shit like it's like it just came out, like it's like the hottest shit in the world right now. I mean, classics, undeniable classics, obviously, but like, I don't know, it was a good time, man. And I felt like, I don't know, like while I'm walking through the city, I didn't see any black people, but the only time I did was like at the nightclubs. I'm seeing the black people move. I'm just like, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. And same when I was in Hong Kong, but we're gonna get into that deeper when I share the rest of this content. Got a lot of content that I'm going to be releasing. I have to put this stuff out. I'll be so on edge about this stuff and just not, it just be so crazy. But yeah, definitely gonna be releasing this content. Man, what else? One second. Definitely gonna be releasing this content. Man, what else? Yeah, so after Lithuania, came back to America. Yeah, decided to come back to America because like that Monday I was actually supposed to fly to Tokyo. Yeah, I was supposed to fly to Tokyo that Monday, layover in Russia, and then from Moscow to Tokyo. Lithuania to Moscow, Moscow to Tokyo. And I remember waking up that morning just thinking, like, damn, like, should I take this flight? Because mind you, I didn't have a flight home at the time either. And I fucked up because I ended up canceling. So I had my flight to Tokyo, that was already paid for. And I had my flight from Tokyo to Paris. Because I was planning on staying in Europe until it was time to go to Ghana for the year return, you know what I'm saying, which is still happening, coming soon, 30 more days, you feel me? Yeah, which was still going to happen regardless. But the fact that I was planning on staying in Europe, from the time I left Brazil until, so that was what, September 15th? Yeah, I left Rio September 15th, and that's when I got to London September 15th, yeah. And so from September 15th to December 12th, I was planning on staying in Europe. You know what I mean? But yeah, just my finances just didn't work out. It was, this entrepreneur, freelance lifestyle, just everything just doesn't always line up the way you want it. Like, it can be a little rocky sometimes. You have your roller coaster, your bank account be a roller coaster, you feel me? Sometimes I'll be up, and then I'll be down, you feel me? But regardless, like, so I think like back in August, like when I was like reconsidering my plans, like before I left for Colombia, I was just like looking, trying to figure out my plan, like, spend this much here, day to day, booking my what do you call that, my accommodation, stuff like that. And I'm just like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to make this like 3-month stay and then go to Ghana from there. Like, I just don't think it's gonna happen. So I ended up canceling my flight because I had insurance for my flight from Tokyo to Paris. So I ended up canceling that flight. But the insurance only covered like the type of insurance that I have only ended up covering 50% of it. So I got 50% refund or whatever. And so from there I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get my flight from Tokyo back home, back to America. But fuck, it was like so I don't know, it ended up being more than what I thought it was gonna be, when in reality it would have been better if I just kept that flight, and then that was my return flight when I was going from Lithuania to Tokyo and Tokyo to Paris. Then from Paris I should have got my flight home because it would have been about 2 to 3, but from Tokyo it was like 5, maybe 4, something like 4 to 6, you feel me? And I don't know, it just got too crazy, man. I didn't really like budget properly, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do all these things, and yeah, just back to that morning when I woke up just in time to catch that shit, and I'm like, yo, should I make this flight to Tokyo? I'm just like on edge, but like, should I really go to Tokyo with no flight home? That's some shit I would do, you know what I mean? But I was just like, nah, man, I gotta start being more responsible. Like, I can't keep putting myself in these situations like this and calling my mom and calling my dad like, yo, can you wire me some money real quick? Cash App, fucking Zelle, whatever. Like, I was like, bruh, I've been in this situation one too many times. Like 3, I can count on one hand. 3 for sure. One time I was in Toronto, my first trip to Sweden. And this time when I was just in London, the first time. Yeah, that's about it. But anyway, I was just really on edge about going, man, because I want, you know, there was people I was wanting to link up with again, and just really, you know, wanted to do the pop-up shop, just different things, man. And it was just like, I don't know, it was just one of those decisions, like, you know, I can, you know, I'm still young, so I still have time to make these mistakes and stuff, but it's like to a certain point, especially with this trip coming up to Ghana and stuff like that, and me wanting to turn that into, like, you know, some more time abroad, because I don't want to be in America right now. I just needed to be more responsible and say, you know what, nah, that's gonna have to wait. I should go back, work a little bit, get some more bread, and then, so once I go to Ghana, I'm off to Sierra Leone, and then, you know, just really spending some more time, because my first trip to Sierra Leone was only 11 days, and I went through the whole country, from Freetown to Bo to Kenema to Njala Kumbia. Let me know if I'm saying that right, all my Sierra Leoneans. Pops, if you're watching this. You know what I mean? Just really just through the whole country from north to south, or southeast. It's not that big of a country. I think the population is like 5 million people, 4 million. It's like about the population of LA. But yeah, so I was only there for 11 days, so everything was mostly just like oohs and ahs, and, you know, a lot of hibbity hoopla. Hibbity hoopla. Nah, but yeah, man, so I wanted to plan to go for, you know, I don't know, there's no telling, a few weeks to a few months, you know what I mean? And I just want to make sure I'm straight, like, you know, I got my equipment, I got my bread, like, you know, just no more emergencies. No more emergencies, man. I gotta start being more responsible. So yeah, man, I just bit the bullet on that one, and just, you know, ended up deciding not to go to Tokyo on a whim. and prolonging my stay in Africa, or just making sure I have everything that I need and stuff like that, and everything ready, locked, loaded, and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because Pleasy be out of here, but Pleasy gotta be responsible. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So Tokyo 2020 Summer Olympics. That's the plan. That's the goal. From where I am in Africa. Yeah. So So coming up, Ghana. Yeah. Year return. Accra. Elmina. Cape Coast. Kumasi. Akasambo. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all over Ghana, man. Not just in Accra. We're not just going for Afro Nation. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we're not just going for Afro Nation. That's gonna be like the. I don't even say that's gonna be the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to look for something for like a fly word, but I'm not even saying that's gonna be like the peak. You know what I mean? Like, that's just gonna be like the. I feel like that's gonna be like the build up, because we still got New Year's, and then my birthday's on the 4th. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn season. You feel me? No cap. Yeah. It's my birthday on the 4th. And then it's my mother's first trip, to the motherland. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we're gonna be out there, like. And then my plan after that was, we were planning to go to Nigeria, but like, it's just another visa process, and then with the Nigeria closing their borders and different things like that, at the moment, currently, we were just like, let's just take our time. It's your first time in Africa. It's my, not my anything. It's her first trip, to Africa. So let's not do too much. Even though, she would love to go to Nigeria, Lagos, for spiritual, religious purposes. You know what I'm saying? She her spiritual journey. I like to get carried away. So I'm like, if we already right there, so we might as well go to Lagos. And then while we in Lagos, we gotta go here. And then while we right there, we might as well go here. You know what I mean? Like, I always gotta turn the fucking vacation into a tour. You know what I mean? It's just like, when you right there, you might as well go there. And then while you're right there, you might as well see that, this, that, and this, and that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we're just gonna take it slow, take our time in Ghana, because we're planning to go all over it. Like when we first get there, we already have this well planned out, right? There's not really so much activities, but for like our day to day. But so I get there on the 12th. My mom doesn't get there till the 16th. So from the 16th to the 19th, we're gonna be in Accra, and then on the 19th we go to Elmina, Cape Coast. But we're staying in Elmina. And then we're staying in Elmina for about a week. So from like the 19th to like the 26th, spending Christmas there as well. And then on the 26th, we're going back to Accra, because your boy got to go to Afro Nation. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Go Coast, go Heart. New hope, new start. You know what I'm saying? But the whole diaspora gonna be busting. You feel me? Yeah, that's gonna be a movie in itself. Like, 3-day festival. Nothing but melanin everywhere, dripping, soaked, glistening. Man, I can't wait. Really gotta see the African Giant live. Burna Boy, Davido, Santi, who else? Adunkele Gold. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, who else, man? J Hus. I think J Hus is gonna be it. He was at the one, and I think J Hus is gonna be it. But yeah, of course, like WizKid. Who else was on like the? I don't know, man. So many artists. It's gonna be a movie. But yeah, Afro Nation's gonna be crazy. 3-day festival with nothing but Afro beats. Crazy. Dance hall, reggae, Afrobeat vibes. It's gonna be beautiful. A whole movie. That's like a whole chapter in itself. But yeah. So yeah. My mother gets down December 16th and then leaves on January 13th. So like really a solid month there. And then so from there, I'm going to Freetown and she's coming back to America. And so yeah, from there I just plan to really go back to Freetown and just spend more time, seeing what's out there, what volunteer opportunities, business opportunities, investments, anything I really can do to be like an asset to, like anything I could take my skills and what I do with media, creatively, travel, tourism, anything that I can put my mind to there, or add value to there. I would love to just be more involved in and get more familiar with, because like I said, 11 days was not enough, not enough to really really get a grasp of anything. So yeah, just gonna be getting more familiar with the city and the culture and the family and my roots and stuff like that. And yeah, man, it's gonna be beautiful. Definitely gotta get to know the language, Creole. And then some of my family in the southern region also speaks Mende, and I think they all speak is it Fula? Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that. Don't be mad. Sorry, auntie. But I think it's Fula. But most of them speak Creole as well. Everybody speaks Creole, I believe. And then Mende and Fula. Yeah. But like I said, I gotta get more familiar. I'm an African born in America, not an African American. Fuck that. I don't subscribe to that. Well, I mean, I used to, but as I get more knowledge of self and everything that I've acquired over the years, yeah. Well, that's another video in itself. But yeah. With that being said, just a few people that have been really inspiring me about this repatriation back to Africa was Wold Maya, Mr. Ghana Baby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He was just in Sierra Leone, and he made a very passionate video about like why middle class, or not even just middle class, like Sierra Leoneans of the diaspora are not moving back. He's going to all these beaches, and he's just so he was at number 2 beach and was just like just amazed about how beautiful the beach was, and he had no idea. And I think maybe the last day of his trip he made this really passionate video with it was like the sun had just came up. He said it was like 5 or 6 a.m. I believe, and he's making this really passionate video about how he's going around to these different places in Freetown and them not being black owned. He's seeing this race, that race, this race over here, and then only us working there, and it shouldn't be like that. So, which I 100% agree with, and so it just added more fuel to the flame that I already had from my first trip, because I was telling myself when I went to Laka Beach was my favorite beach that I went to. So and there's like quite a few in Freetown alone, but I was telling myself like, yo, I'm already convinced, like this is where I want to be, like this is it, like this I'm retiring early. So I was already speaking into existence. But so that was the fire start, the flame catching it. But just the different videos that I've been seeing and the different channels, shout out to the Blaxit family and out there in the Gambia, doing their thing and helping people with their repatriation process back to the Gambia, Senegal, different things like that, with showing their process of how they're getting their home built, and interviewing different people that have moved back from diaspora, from America and the UK, and different things like that. I just think that's a beautiful thing, and I plan to, be doing some of the same things, helping people with, buying their land, getting the contractors for the house, and just everything, man. Starting, getting into different sorts of businesses, deciding what they want to help, deciding them what they want to invest in, different things like that. So shout out to the Blaxit family. I'm going to be out there in the Gambia 2020. You heard it here first. Definitely got to shout them out. And Wold Maya, Mr. Ghana Baby. You know what I mean? Who else? Shout out to the Native Born family. They're a family of 5 that repatriated from America back to Ghana, and they've been out there for a few years now. And they're a family of 6, I believe. It's a husband and a wife, and I believe they have 4 children. Relatively small children as well. I don't think any of them are over the age of 10. But yeah, they really go through like the day-to-day, cost of living, just different activities, and as a family, like how they're getting back into the groove of their connecting back with Africa. There you go. I'll just say that. Just check out their channels. I'll post them in the description below of all the channels that have been inspiring me and helping me with this process of my repatriation. But yeah, man. Other than that, world tour vlog release coming soon. All of that is getting released, and I'm really just gonna walk it through and keep everybody updated. Looking forward to Africa 2020. I don't want to speak too much far in advance because I really don't know where I'm gonna go from Sierra Leone. Like, I've been applying for a few jobs to go overseas, I've been applying for a few jobs overseas, like in Kuwait and Iraq, and even found some jobs in Djibouti. Like, that was very interesting. Djibouti's on the east coast of Africa, or on the east side of northeast side of Africa, and right in between Somalia, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. So I think that would be interesting if I do, get a job there. Still be in Africa and still be able to, travel throughout Africa here and there. Especially Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, Egypt. You know what I mean? Like, just different places. Like, that'd be pretty sick. So yeah. So I mean, that's another route that I'm looking at. Either Djibouti, Kuwait, or Iraq, or maybe even Qatar. Never know. And then various other volunteer opportunities. But yeah, I don't think too far in advance, but I definitely want to make sure I have a at least a solid idea of where I'm at and where I want to be, because everybody and their mama is going to be out in Ghana, and so I just want to make sure I have my head on straight, know what it is that I want to or the path that I'm on, and what I want to do to building planning my going back to my roots, to plant my roots and everything like that, and just seeing what's out there. Yeah, because Africa's where I want to be, and that just is what it is. Like, gotta go back home. It's the year of return. Please be out of here. Theodora the Explorer, Monsieur du Monde, Senor del Mundo, depending on what continent we on. You dig? I'm out. So yeah, so it was kind of the same when I was in Hong Kong, just saying what's up whenever I seen somebody black, like, hey, yo, my nigga, what's up, king? You know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. So and I remember, like, I was in Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. And that Monday I was there from Friday to Tuesday, and I remember waking up that Monday morning, which was October 8th, I believe, and I was supposed to go to Tokyo that morning, and I had a layover in Moscow, and then from Moscow to Tokyo from there. And I remember waking up and just being like, damn, should I take this flight? And mind you, like, I had like the original plan when I was, mapping everything out. From the time that I went to Colombia, October or August 26th, to the time I'm supposed to fly to Ghana, December 12th, I wasn't planning on coming back. Or from the time that I left South America, September 15th, from Rio to London, I was planning on staying in Ghana from then. Like, I wasn't planning on coming back to America from August 26th to December, onward. Just never, right? But I realized I didn't really budget properly. I'm just booking flights. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to South America. Then straight from South America, I'm gonna go to London. I'm going back to Stockholm. I haven't been in 2 years. From Stockholm, we're gonna go to Vilnius or Lithuania. Then from Lithuania, we're going back to Paris for a few days, and then from Paris, I'm gonna go to Greece because it's cheap. And I'm gonna get a spot for like a month, you know what I mean? Have a little creative shindig getaway, you know what I mean? Just, virtual heart style, you know what I'm saying? Virtual heart getaway on some shit. But yeah, it just didn't work out like that. Like I just didn't budget properly, which is, a thing that I'm learning, at the same time. So yeah, man, I just bit the bullet on that one. I got to be a little bit more responsible in my decision making and not, getting stranded and all types of shit like that out here. Because it's been like 3 times where I had to call, mom and pop, like, yo, mom, really, you know what I mean? Can I get a little, slide me a little something, Cash App, Zelle, please. That's happened like 3 times I can count, like. Once on my first trip when I was in Sweden, one time when I was in Toronto, like 2 summers ago, and then this past time when I was in London. But that was due to like my robbing situation and everything like that, which I'm also probably gonna cover in depth in another video when I was in Freetown. But yeah, those 3 times I can count on one hand. So just want to plan a little bit better. And just be more responsible. Like I said, like about to be 23, like I gotta, even though I'm still young, I still fuck up, make mistakes, I got plenty of time, but it's just more of what I want for myself, definitely. So yeah, so I didn't end up making that flight. And mind you, like originally when I was mapping everything out, like I said, I was planning on going from Vilnius to Moscow to Tokyo, and then Tokyo back to Paris. So instead of canceling my flight from Tokyo back to Paris, I should have just bought my flight back home from Paris. Yeah, from Paris back to America. But I, back in August, before I even left for Colombia, I ended up canceling my flight to Tokyo. So it just was, it is what it is, man. So I'm planning to go to Tokyo next summer 2020 for the Summer Olympics. Want to do a pop-up or something like that. Met so many dope people out there that just really supported. Like the love was crazy. Like people that I just only knew via Instagram that that just was just showing like real love. Like shout out to like everybody out in Tokyo. Like I really want to do a pop-up out there, collab, man, a little collab with Deep River Tokyo, what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike. I see you out there, man. Always stunning, creating, and flexing. Like, I love that shit, man. Keep doing you. You know what I mean? But just being out there, like, just took me back to, Lupier Fiasco and the cool, listening to Paris, Tokyo, and just streets on fire, and just, the language barrier just not, like it didn't even matter because the vibe was like the vibes, like it was just, everything was just art, like the music, the fashion, we just communicate through art, and that's just like the best form of communication, like of all time. Like you just kind of understand like each other. Like I don't know, I don't know. You just gotta experience it. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. But yeah. So moving forward on to Ghana coming up in December. It's my mother's first trip to Africa. You know what I mean? So had to, just wanted to, treat her to that and everything. And so, yeah, we're planning on just touring Ghana. She gets there on the 16th. I get there on the 12th, so about like 3 days before her. And so the first 3 days when she gets there, we're going to be in Accra for 3 days, and then we're heading over to Elmina. We're staying in Elmina, and we're going to be visiting Cape Coast and everything as well. And then, Akasambo, Kumasi, where else? I don't know. Just everywhere in between, man. We're just gonna be all over Ghana, doing the tour. Like, we were planning on going to Lagos and everything. Because my mother, she's always been wanting to go. That was the first place she thought she would have went, for, spiritual and religious purposes and everything on her journey. And it's the year of return. Ghana ended up, being, it was just, it's a bit more than, just Accra, for the year of return. I don't know, we're going to get into that once we get there. Like, emotions can't even explain right now. I told her it's not even going to hit her until she touches down, like, until she gets to the airport, like, and she just sees nothing but black faces, beautiful melanin black faces. Like, that's when it's going to hit you. Like you don't even know she just sent her passport off. So when that comes back, we're going to get the visas and everything, all that good jazz, and going to get that squared away. And then so we're going to so the 16th and 19th we're going to be in Accra. Then we go to Cape Coast for about a week, and we come back the day after Christmas to Accra. And then Afro Nation just going to be baby, are you done talking? Hey, are you done talking? Hey, are you done talking? Hey, are you done talking? Hey. See that African giant, Burna Boy, Santi, who else? Man, I do Conle Gold. Let me know if I'm saying that right. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Correct me in the comments. Pronunciation is my passion. Like, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing things right, properly. Of course, WizKid. Man, that lineup is crazy. I can't even really remember the list right now, but the energy is just. It's just gonna be just melody, just gold dripping, African sun just beating. Okay. Afro Nation. Ghana. Crazy. But yeah, man, Afro Nation is just gonna be its own episode in itself. Like, just the whole, not even fucking episode, it's gonna be a whole season, movie, series, back to back. 1, 2, 3, 3-day festival. Fuck. Okay, let me calm down. But yeah, man, I'm just really looking forward to it. So yeah, man, so from Ghana on forward, I'm gonna be heading to Freetown to get, heading back to Freetown, Sierra Leone, to get more familiar with the city and my roots, the family, everything. Like I said, like, my first trip, I was there for 11 days. There's a lot of oohs and ahs. First trip, it was crazy. Like, I got to experience a lot, or I didn't really get to experience a lot, or I got to experience a lot in that 11 days, going to 3 different cities. It was life changing, like, just to see that. And so I want to just want to go there and learn more of what I can be, or what I can be an asset to, what I can add value to, you know what I mean? And just with my skills in media, creatively, and marketing, visuals, and everything like that. Met so many dope people my first trip there. So I have a lot of ideas for things. So I just want to go and do more research and some more R&D, research and development. You feel me? On volunteer opportunities, investment opportunities, just different things like that. Seeing what I can really get involved in, because like I said, on my first trip, like, I was already convinced, like, this is it. This is where I want to be. I'm retiring early. Like, I'm already convinced. Like, you know, like I gotta make this my reality. Like, there's a lot of videos that I've seen, or a lot of channels and people I've come across via YouTube and Instagram that have been helping me, you know, adding more fuel to the flame of just, yeah, this is it. With people like, you know, WhErE, Mr. Ghana Baby. He's all over the map, and he's actually in Sierra Leone just recently, and you know, was just surprised at how beautiful the people were, and even the beaches. He was in #2 beaches, wildin', wildin'. That was funny. But he made this really passionate video about why Sierra Leoneans from the diaspora haven't returned home to, you know, start more businesses and development opportunities and different things like that. In which, you know, I totally agree. And he said, for instance, like a lot of the places that he went to, he noticed that it were, you know, owned by this race, that race, this race, like, you know, every race except for African Sierra Leoneans and stuff like that. So he said they were pretty much just, you know, the workers there. So, you know, it really just was just more fuel to the flame. And who else? The Blaxit family. That, you know, repatriated to the Gambia. They're getting a beautiful home, you know, built out there, and they're also assisting people that are moving from the diaspora back to Africa, whether that's the Senegal, the Gambia, and where else, and to Ghana as well, actually. So that's beautiful. Their channel is, you know, showing people, you know, how to buy land, how to, you know, start building their homes, businesses and investment opportunities they can, you know, start up and different things like that, you know. So yeah, man, there's just so many different things that are helping me with this repatriation process, and you know, it's already decided. It's, you know, I like to say it's a fuck a mood, it's a mode, you know. Let's do this. Like, you know, it's already in motion. Like, I'm already, you know, the wheels is already spinning, you know what I'm saying? Flights is already booked, so let's get it, you know what I mean? Africa's where I want to be, you know. So it's coming up, it's coming soon. 30 more days next month, year of return. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Please you wine, please you out of here. Theodore the Explorer, aka Senor del Mundo, aka Monsieur du Monde, depending what continent we on, but we on Africa, so it's Monsieur du Monde, you feel me? Yes, sir. Please you want Ghana, please you want Sierra Leone. It's coming, baby, we coming. Please you out of here.